Martin Luther King Jr. was born January 15, 1929. He was a Baptist minister, a leader in the civil rights movement, and an icon. Known for his policy of nonviolent civil disobedience and the advancement of civil rights, King attended Booker T. Washington High School and became known for public speaking at an early age. He was a member of the debate team. Dr. King entered Morehouse College after passing the entrance exam at 15. Graduated from Morehouse at 19 and entered Crozier Theological Seminary, where he graduated at 22. He went on to Boston College, where he pledged Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated and received his Ph.D. on June 5, 1955 at 26. King became a civil rights activist early in his career. He led the 1955 Montgomery bus boycott and helped found the Southern Christian Leadership Conference in 1957, serving as its first president. With the SCLC, King led the 1962 struggle against segregation in Albany, Georgia, and helped organize the 1963 nonviolent protests in Birmingham, Alabama, during which time he suffered his 13th of 29 eventual arrests and composed the now famous letter from a Birmingham jail, where King answered the call for the movement to pursue legal avenues for social change. King argued that the crisis for racism was too urgent and the current system too entrenched. We know through painful experience that freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded of the oppressed. King also helped to organize the 1963 March on Washington, where he stood and delivered for 17 minutes his most famous speech, "I Have a Dream." I still have a dream. It's a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will sit down at the table together of brotherhood. On October 14, 1964, King received the Nobel Peace Prize for combating racial inequality through nonviolent resistance. In 1965, he helped to organize the Selma to Montgomery marches, and the following year, he and the SCLC took the movement north to Chicago to work on segregated housing. King expanded his focus to include opposition towards poverty and the Vietnam War, alienating many of his liberal allies with a 1967 speech entitled "Beyond Vietnam." In 1968, King was planning a national occupation of Washington, D.C. to be called the Poor People's Campaign, when he was suddenly called to Memphis. King and the SCLC were to help organize the black sanitation workers there. The workers had been on strike since March 12th for higher wages and better treatment. In coming to aid them, King would deliver his final address, foretelling his end, yet inspiring. King was shot by James Earl Ray at 6:01 p.m., April 4th, 1968, as he stood on the second-floor balcony of the Lorraine Motel. He departed this life 64 minutes later at St. Joseph's Hospital. He was 39 years old. King was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom and the Congressional Gold Medal. Martin Luther King Jr. Day was established as a holiday in numerous cities and states beginning in 1971 and as a U.S. federal holiday in 1986. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. was dedicated in 2011. My name is Marc DeWitt, and this has been our Black History Moments for the month of February. I hope you've enjoyed them. Join us, because it's not Black History just these 28 days, but 365 days a year. Thank you.
Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.